Hey guys, Steel Grassify here, and I know it's been a while, but I've got a battle post-narration style this time actually for the NU battle series, if you're familiar with that. If you haven't, I'll have a little annotation thing that'll lead you back to episode 1, but anyway, match 2, as you can see, 109 turns. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that is a heck of a lot of turns. I mean, seriously. And you'll see why, but I do end up winning, as you can see, but let's take a look at the replay. Alright, so first turn. I lead Armaldo, so I'm thinking, set up stealth rocks. That's good. He goes into this annoying Shedinja thing. Goes for Toxic, then Confuse Ray, and then the hacks keep coming. Anyway, I mean, now, I don't know if you guys have encountered this before, but I haven't necessarily seen this before, but Rock Blast, I thought, would break his focus sash, but it doesn't on the first turn, so, I want to conserve my Armaldo, still confused and everything, so I switch out to an Ariados. This guy also has Will-O-Wisp, and something that I've kind of taken a notice with is that this guy has more of a support play style. I mean, like, almost all of his focus moves are, moves that, aren't even attack moves. And that kind of leads to his downfall here, but I think I go for Sucker Punch, and then, he's going for Confuse Rays, and before on that turn, I didn't want to give it away the first turn, so I went for the Poison Jab. But, yeah, I got confused, got hurt. Anyway, now he knows I've got Sucker Punch, I failed using it, so I'm gonna let Ariados die. It's got Toxic Spikes up, that's all I want. It makes, and then I go back to Armaldo, and he just goes for Sucker Punch. I just go for Rock Flash, kill it off that annoying little thing. And then, the first part of the match was actually the decent part of the match. But then, the last 50 turns, holy. Anyway, Electrode, Substitute, Zed, and of course, this thing, Trick Room, Bayonet, so this thing is unbelievable. Anyway, go for Taunt. Too late though, he got Toxic. But at least he's got that Toxic racking up, so he switches out into Shuckle. I guess maybe predicting the Trick Room, maybe not, maybe just wanted to get out of there. Either way, I set up Trick Room, that Shuckle comes in, and I'm like, oh yeah, that thing's faster, and goes for the rest, trying to get the Toxic damage. And I go for Taunt, and of course, he always seems to go for me, and now I switch into my Articuno, and I'm like, you know what, I don't care about this. And no, even if this thing is Sleep Talk or anything, I don't care. I roar him out, go into Raging Rock, which is probably the worst thing that probably could have happened, or so I thought. And so here I just go back to Bayonet, and, see what he's gonna do, maybe as a Death Fodder. But he goes for Drain Punch, and I don't know about you, but in these next couple turns, it seems like Drain Punch is his only move. Because he goes for Block, I don't know about you guys, but I don't usually see Block on Raging Rock too often. I mean, he's just going for Drain Punch after Drain Punch. So I'm guessing Drain Punch is the only attack move, and if only my Bayonet wasn't Toxic, I could have, stalled this out, but then again, this would probably be the most boring battle you guys have ever seen. Anyway, Drain Punch fails. We end up both dying to Toxic. Well, Toxic helps, but I finish him off. Anyway, Toxic being annoying, killing both of us off. And now I forget what I switch into. Oh, Basculin. Okay. He goes into Wailord, which that thing strangest set I've ever seen. And I'm not sure if I can't remember if I was paying attention enough, but I think this thing has pressure on it. I think that thing had pressure, but he starts cursing, and I'm like, whoa, curse? So I crunch, get a critical hit, and I'm like, yeah. And then, of course, he's got the rest. And I personally just hate that. You know, it's one of those sets where he's gonna set up on me, and unfortunately he's not toxic because he sleeps. And, you know, I'm getting out of there. I'm going into my Dino. You know, free turn to set up screens. You know, I'm not gonna let this drag out any longer than it has to. It turns out that this way Lord just sleeps all day. Not fun at all. Okay, I set up Reflect, and then I see that this thing isn't really doing much to hurt me. So I go into Articuno, predicting him to go into Shuckle, not wanting to do anything. And that thing does have Sleep Toxic. It's really annoying the fact that he got that Toxic off, but I mean, that Shuckle is... his whole team's pretty, like, gimmicky, I guess you could say. It's more of a PP stall team. And that Shuckle is just annoying, but I've got it down to 50%. But, of course, like, everything on his team has some sort of form of rest and sleep talk or something. But I see this turn, and he rests. But it fails. This turn I go for Waterfall. That choice can adapt ability, and that power takes out Shuckle at half health. And anyway, goes into Sneasel. And I'm like, what's this thing got? Fake Out. Great. You know, it's one of those sets, you know, most carry Fake Out, but then this thing's like Protect, and I'm like, you realize that's only hurting me on me. As much as you've got leftovers, you're just like, you're still toxic. Anyway, it goes for Dark Bolt, which is kind of strange, because Weevils aren't usually the type to be special moves, especially after the fact that he kind of stalled out my Reflect. But anyway, goes into Legendary. I thought this game was bag. You know, I was thinking I had originally recorded this to be like a live thing, but then this thing just took too long. I wasn't predicting any explosion. I just felt like foddering out my Armaldo, but he does go for explosion, and now the most annoying part of this match, this whale. So I'm like, you know, I'm just gonna dimble it down. Again, I don't need Armaldo. Exit through that thing supposedly to death. But it's not looking like a great thing to go. Or hit KO, probably. And of course, I know that he's got rest and everything, and he's gonna rest me out of my Toxic. Personally, if he'd gotten a lot more Toxic up, he could have like stalled out forever, because this thing, I'm just gonna give you a heads up here, okay? His moves, because, well, just to say the least, I know isn't complete set. He has no attacking moves, and I eventually just stall out of the turn. Anyway, he's got Rest, Curse, Sleep Talk, I believe. No, wait, not Sleep Talk. Substitute is one of his moves. Substitute, yeah, that's right. And then Protect. Oh, man, that's the thing, man. If I catch any of you guys playing with this annoying whale lord of death, I am going to put you down until you leave. That's how it is. Just to put it in perspective. Anyway, I feel like Ice Peach can't roar him out. What's the point of going for Roost? Anyway, Toxic's racking up, and I'm like, you know, I'll just save Articuno. So I go into my Basculin. Oh wait, no, I go into Audino. That's right. And this guy's like, oh, and because my Audino can't do a darn thing. But since he's got that minus speed thing, I'm gonna be able to get Toxic on him before he goes into the sub, which it doesn't matter though, because, you know, he's got that annoying Rest. Of course, behind that sub, man, it's not a good place to be. Anyway, let's see. takes his turn to roost off his tail while he's still sleeping. Being, well, you know, pretty much a really, really just now I'm like, okay, choice man, adaptability, right, you know, I'm gonna do something, but no, these whale lords are so bulky. And he just starts cursing at this point, and those square anyway, he's just cursing up a storm here. He's just taking his time, doing whatever he wants. And personally, I don't care, because I think this strategy here is annoying the heck out of me. Anyway. Okay, at this point, I'll just tell you a brief summary of what happens and I'll skip to the end of the video. Anyway. So, what happens here? Whale Lord gets to +4 at attack and defense, -4 speed, and I'm just staying in with Basculin until I run out of waterfalls. And then I go back to Audino and PP Psalm because I've got Reflect and Light Screen, and together that's like 80 PP. And dang, it took so long. Again, we're only halfway through the match here. And I don't want you to listen to watch this video for 15 minutes of your life and feel like you just wasted it. So, you know, just a little courtesy here. He's at +4. I'm trying to, you know, use up all my waterfalls because I don't feel like switching. Still not sure what he really wants to do. So I'm just going to stay in. And Basculin ends up getting out-bossed, I guess. So that whale boss, so it's more of an idiot, I guess you could say. Anyway, I'll stop the recording and then I'll be right back when it gets to about turn 100, I think. That's when I'll get back. Alright, flipping now. Okay. We are at turn 100, and as you can see, I've just been light screening and reflecting like heck. You know why? Because I don't wanna, like, give up on this complete battle all by myself and, you know, lose rating or anything after that matters that much. But anyway, okay, so here I think he runs out of moves and finally starts to struggle. Yes, okay, so turn 105 starts to struggle, and I've literally counted, and that's 6.5 minutes there that I just spared you for me just setting up Reflex and for him stalling me supposedly out of his TP. And man, was it annoying. I mean, I hope you guys haven't encountered anything like this. If so, please leave a comment, and we'll just see how many people are like this out in this world. Anyway, this turn gets the crit, and, you know, it doesn't matter that much. Really annoying though. Anyway, I send out Basculin, and I'm like, screw it, it's over. Goodbye, sir. Double Edge, get us both down. 25, still finds stuff. I struggle, I die, or he struggles, I die, he dies. And that's a good game. And just so you know, on this last turn, he was so bad. You know, he's one of those people that's like, okay, I'm gonna annoy you to death. And on Pokemon Showdown, you have to click the button, but I know a lot of you, you're like, I hope that you'll give people this courtesy, but, you know, if they're, you know, they might be away for a couple of seconds, or they just might be thinking over a turn or something, and, you know, you don't want to do it right away, because that's kind of insulting to the other player. But if it is like this guy, then I eventually did start a countdown, and as you can see here, turn 109 started countdown, then he stops, finally accepts defeat, and there goes down one newbie. We'll see how many more of these we get. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and please leave a comment below if you'd like me to do anything else specific as far as Pokemon, and I am doing a bit of Minecraft. I do really enjoy that game. I mean, it is pretty addicting. But anyway, leave comments, like, subscribe, definitely. If you don't, we'll have to see. Anyway, that's about it as far as the recording goes. And I'll see you next time. Steelgrass out.